I'm Angela Sharp, and welcome to today's Daily Mix. I hope you had a lovely weekend. I'm going to tell you what I did this weekend, and you're going to think that I'm weird. By the way, this is not sponsored at all, but have you seen those giant 3-foot-tall Christmas lights they have at Home Depot? Well, they're apparently very hard to find. I went to 3 Home Depots, but I got one of each color, and I'm very, very proud of that. We're gonna be taking a break after this show until the beginning of December. So I wanted to make sure we had a really fun show. Do you see all the stuff happening next to me? And these awesome things I'm wearing on my arms? Yeah, I'm very excited about this. So I think everybody in the St. Louis area knows about El Monstero. Well, today I've got Jimmy Griffin, lead vocals and guitar, and Jeff Bradley, the production manager. They're gonna tell us all about the show that everybody comes to know and love around the holiday season. Plus, they've let me wear these. And the dancer that let me borrow these, I'm sorry, but these are not coming home with you. Let's get started on today's Daily Mix. A major new exhibit opens at the Missouri History Museum this month. Mill Creek, Black Metropolis, brings to light the story of Mill Creek Valley, a vast African-American neighborhood in the mid-20th century that was erased from the city's map. The exhibit restores the legacy of the once thriving community through never-before-seen images, artifacts, films, and oral histories. The new exhibit opens on November 15th and runs through July 12th. You can learn more at mohistory.org. Now, the holiday season is getting underway and the signs are all around, like Pancakes with Santa. Saturdays and Sundays all season long, you can meet Santa himself while enjoying Santa face pancakes with whipped cream and strawberries and a holiday light show on the Grand Hall ceiling at Union Station. This one sounds like it's so much fun. Pancakes with Santa runs on weekends, November 15th and 16th through December 20th and 21st, and then again on December 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. Oh, the 24th would be fantastic. You can find tickets and more information at stlpolarexpressride.com. I think that one always sounds like a lot of fun, but again, that's one you can't go to without a child, and I don't have a child, so I would just look like a real creepy lady trying to meet Santa. Celebrate St. Louis and Holidays in St. Louis are partnering with Gateway Arch Park Foundation to kick off the holiday season with the 41st annual Thanks for Giving Parade and the 10th annual Winterfest. The parade is moving to the Saturday before Thanksgiving and will take place along Market Street, ending at Keener Plaza for the opening day of Winterfest, where you'll find ice skating, vendors, and festive entertainment, including the Festival of Lights and the lighting of the Salvation Army Tree of Lights and more. It all takes place on Saturday, November 22nd. You can learn more about the parade at celebratestlouis.org and more about Winterfest and Ameren Festival of Lights at archpark.org/winterfest and holidaysinstlouis.com. They're all right there on your page. There's just a lot to read there for you. Guess what? The Cardinals are also kicking off the holiday season with a brand new festive event. The holiday season opener is a chance for fans of all ages to explore behind the scenes areas and memorable areas like the Cardinals clubhouse, home dugout, and more. Fans can hold a game-used bat, meet Fred Bird, sip on hot chocolate, shop exclusive discounts, and more. The holiday season opener is Sunday, November 23rd from 11 to 2 at Busch Stadium. You can find tickets and more information at cardinals.com/holiday. Now, of course, when we're talking about the start of the holiday season, we can't forget about Guns N' Hoses. It's a Thanksgiving Eve tradition. Now, in its 38th year, the annual Red vs. Blue boxing event brings together the entire community to honor fallen first responders and help the backstoppers support the families they've left behind. More than $13 million has been raised to date, and the event features both MMA bouts between local police officers and firefighters, the moving 10-count ceremony, celebrity guests, and so much more. This year's Guns N' Hoses will take place on Wednesday, November 26th at Enterprise Center. This is an event that I've been part of for over 10 years now, and I really enjoy everything about it. Of course, raising money for those fallen first responders is the most important part, but it is a super fun event. If you've never been and you've just watched on TV, you need to come on out and check it out in person. You can find all the details, tickets, and more at stlgunsandhoses.com. You can learn more about the Backstoppers and how they help families of first responders at backstoppers.org. The St. Louis Christmas Carols Association is getting ready for 2025 caroling season. I had them on the show once, and I think this is a fantastic opportunity, even if you can't sing that well, right? So this is fantastic. They're continuing their mission of spreading holiday cheer throughout the St. Louis region. Since 1911, volunteer carolers of all ages come together to sing festive carols while collecting donations for local children's charities. Now, more than ever, they would love to have more caroler volunteers to help spread the joy this holiday season. Friends, family, co-workers, community groups, basically everyone is invited to take part in this holiday tradition. Register a caroling group or just come out and enjoy one of their free upcoming events yourself. You can find all the details at stlchristmascarols.org. The Mayor's Holiday Card Contest is back. Mayor Cara Spencer is inviting all city residents to share their creative spirit and artistic take on one of the 4 themes, which include celebrating the diversity of St. Louis, the return of the Mayor's Mardi Gras Ball, the workers who make sure city services are met, and the sustainability efforts of St. Louis. The 10 winning entries will be used as cover art for Mayor Spencer's holiday cards, and the artists will be invited to attend a special ceremony and have their artwork displayed in City Hall. Entries can be emailed to cityholiday@stlouis-mo.gov by Friday, December 5th. A year after Wicked hit theaters, it's time for the epic conclusion of the untold story of the Witches of Oz. Here's a peek at Wicked for Good.
Alpha Withrop, I know you're out here. Just come in before the monkeys spot you.
There's no going back. This is between us, the wizard and I.
The Wicked Witch can't elude us forever. Not with Prince Fiero and his squadron hot on her trail.
No good deed goes unpunished. That's my creed.
The wonderful Wizard of Oz. No one believed in you more than I did.
Alphaba. They're coming for you.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason. I know I'm who I am today because I knew you.
Think of what we could do together.
Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun. Like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant world. Who can say if I've been changed for the better?
Bring me the broom of the Wicked Witch of the West.
For a while there, I thought you changed.
I have changed.
It's time.
For both of us.
To fly!
Because I knew you.
You're the only friend I ever had.
Because I knew you.
And I've had so many friends.
I have been changed for good.
But only one that mattered.
I'm off to see the wizard.
Wicked for Good opens in theaters on November 21st. Now, I'm very excited because now I can flail my arms about as we introduce our awesome guest, El Monstero. We've got Jimmy Griffin, lead vocals and guitar, and Jeff Bradley, the production manager, right here with us. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, Jimmy, I know you've been on the show before.
Yes.
Lead vocals. I'm sorry, I can't not
I don't think
do
you
this.
know how far those go out.
Okay, I don't want to poke out your eyeball.
Yeah.
You kind of need that.
Right.
For those people who, I don't know, I guess are living under a rock, tell us about El Monstero.
El Monstero is a Pink Floyd tribute band. We're going into our 26th or 7th year. We do a series of shows at the Pageant every year around Christmas, and then we do a big summer show out at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater, and yeah, it's a good time for the whole damn family.
Well, absolutely. Well, I know a lot of people do travel, but I think if you live in St. Louis, I think everybody knows about El Monstero. Mm-hmm. That's pretty safe to say, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think has given you guys that sustainability and to keep those fans with you?
I mean, it's a great catalog of music. That's the easiest place to start. People love that, all those records. And then we've kind of cultivated this thing where it's become pretty multi-generational over the years, where we have, because we've been doing it so long, we have now people that are bringing their kids whose parents brought them when they were kids.
Oh,
so
fun.
it's just it's a kind of a tradition, and it's also a really fun show to watch. If you're.
Well, there's a lot of stuff we have on the table, and I'm wearing some of the stuff. Not only do you do a good show yourselves, you guys that are playing the music, but you have these dancers that wear these things on their arms. By the way, I'm taking these. But, they wouldn't let me wear this on the show today. But how cute is this? Like, you have such fun stuff for the dancers to wear, and it's very visually stimulating.
Yes.
So, Jeff, I guess this is kind of, you're the backstage guy, right?
Sure.
So you've got girls dangling from the ceiling. You've got, I think, poles and such, yeah?
Pole dancers, aerial artists. We have upwards of 60 to 70 people involved in the show. So characters on stilts and different animals that walk around and do things. It's really to take with this catalog, there's so much you can do visually with it. So we try to touch into all of those pieces as well. And even if you're not a Pink Floyd fan, to come for the spectacle of the show, it's...
For all the other stuff. Now, is all the visual stimulation because some people are very high while watching the show?
There's probably a good chance of that.
There's probably a good chance of that. I knew it. Because I think it's cool to watch, but I like all this color and stuff. Yeah. But it does give a little extra.
Sure. Well, I have, my son is 9, and he just started coming to the show the last couple of years, and he can sit through the whole thing. I keep waiting for him to watch the first set and be like, Dad, I gotta get out of here.
I'm done, right.
But there's enough entertainment for the people that are just there for the music, and then there's other stuff that'll keep other people engaged in the show. And then you go, oh my God, that was 3 hours, and it's gone.
It just flies by.
Yeah.
So, Jimmy, let's kind of talk about you a little bit. How did you get started with El Monstero?
I started as a guest vocalist.
Oh.
Now it's kind of become a tradition. We have different singers from around the area come out and sing the song "Have a Cigar," which was not sung by a member of Pink Floyd on the record. So I started as a guest vocalist. I was there for 2 years, 2004 and 2005, and then the gig that I do now became available in 2006, and I jumped in.
You jumped in and took it. And Jeff, how about you? When did you get involved?
I started in 2008, worked as a drum tech for John Pizzoni for a couple years, and then I was asked if I could do body painting, actually. So I started doing full body painting on some of the dancers, and did that for...
Well, this is a job I feel like every man in America wants.
It was horrible. It was absolutely terrible. In fact, Jimmy came in one time when I was doing painting and peeked in the door and he says, "Are we actually paying you to do this?" And so...
Like, you were actually getting paid for this activity.
And then 2012, the summer show at 2012, which was the first time at Riverport, but the amphitheater.
Sure.
That was my first time actually coming in and stepping in to do the production side of things. And then Christmas of that year, that's when I took over as production manager.
Okay, took over as production. So, kind of juggling the production plus not getting in these guys' ways, because we were joking beforehand, diva, I'm sure you're not a diva, but like there are certain things that a musician wants done in a certain order so that they can make sure that music comes off just as they expect, right? Sure. So how are you able to manage that plus all this?
Yeah, I mean, that's my line kind of, the band and the band members kind of take care of all the music and how that's all going to play out. And then I work with the production team from the lighting to the pyro, lasers, video, everybody else, and we build the rest of the content that goes on. But my role during the show is to make sure that every single piece of the cats that I have to wrangle are where they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be there, and try to keep, everybody comfortable and stress-free as much as possible.
Have you ever gotten mad, Jimmy? Have you ever been like, man, this didn't work, this dancer wasn't in the right spot?
The only thing I ever get mad about is when, and this has happened, and this isn't necessarily Jeff's fault, but they'll do these drawings of like, this is what it's gonna look like, and be like, oh, that looks really good. And then we'll get there, and someone has not taken into consideration that there's guys and gear and stuff on stage. So I'll be like, oh man, I got this. And we play on these big stages, and I'll be like, how come I have this much?
I can only move this much.
We're getting a lot better at it. Yes, that was the only time. That's the only time I get upset.
I was gonna say, but as a musician from that big stage aspect, you usually try to fill up a lot of that space so every part of the crowd thinks you're coming to them.
Yeah.
So to juggle that while a girl is doing all this has to be a little bit difficult.
It's that, and there's how many light fixtures, and this has to be far enough away from the pyro, because when the pyro goes off, you gotta have 10 feet in this, and if this is gonna blow up in front of people, then it's numbers and math, and I just like playing the guitar.
You're like, I don't want to do that. I just want to. No. Well, let's kind of talk, because I'm unfamiliar with the pig.
Okay.
So what is the pig for?
Well, it's kind of part of we do a song called Pigs from a record called Animals.
Okay.
And then there was the synonymous with Pink Floyd as the Flying Pig. So that comes in. It also ties in with Keishi. We would do things with when Pie used to be across the street, there would be a pig pizza,
So we really added we're making sure everybody's together on this.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you already love Pink Floyd before you started playing in the band?
Oh, totally.
He didn't even breathe on that question. You knew right away.
No, there was, I'll never forget this, because we were hip to Dark Side just because we had older brothers and sisters and stuff like that. But when The Wall came out, I grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio. There was a radio station called WEBN, and they had a contest. Send in your picture of a Pink Floyd. And I found this picture of me and my mom standing next to a big pink snowman, and I was like, oh, I'm totally gonna win. And I and I didn't win.
You did win, but you were excited about potential.
Yes, just when that, and I remember them playing that record on the King Biscuit Flower Hour. It was the record of the week, and listening to, that's where it really started for me, was The Wall.
With The Wall.
Yeah,
okay, that's awesome. How about you? Did you like this music prior to joining?
Yeah, a lot of it was the things that you hear on the radio and the popular songs, but the more we do the show, we always dig in pretty deep, because the other part of keeping this going for 27 years is to not just play the songs that everybody knows. You want to dig into the catalog, and we've turned a lot of people on to some of the more rare songs by doing that. So it's been fun too. Some of these songs I'd never heard before, and all right, I'll figure something out to put here.
So is that you guys, Jimmy, you and the band is the one who's coming up with what those songs are going to be for the show?
Yeah, we're kind of curators. At this point, after all, we've thrown some real stuff out of left field, some things that I've never heard before.
Oh, wow.
Where somebody's like, hey, we found this song on Umagoma, and I was like, okay. And so there's things like that, and there's I think some songs, Fearless is one of those songs that was not a big hit for them, or not a lot of people knew it, and we started playing it, and now it's kind of become a fan favorite. And you know, the stuff like bringing back some of those Syd Barrett songs that people sometimes don't know about. And so yeah, we're just curators more than anything.
More than anything. So who in the band, is everybody welcome to throw a suggestion in the?
Yeah. I mean, Kevin is kind of the architect. Kevin Gaggenpain, this is kind of his baby, but he's allowed everybody to have a say in what works and what doesn't. And it's, as with any band, you have an idea, and sometimes the ideas work and sometimes they don't. So you just have to, you know, go with it and make sure it's the best thing for the entire group.
Absolutely. So then when they come up with this off-the-wall song, you're like, what are we going to do visually?
Sure. And then Kevin and I will sit down with the rest of the production team, come up with ideas, what we want visually or whatever else. And we even change during the runs. You know, last year at Christmas, first night, we had a set list. We played it. Didn't quite feel right, so we changed it. So, and we also change songs in and out throughout the run as well, because we have people that come to all 6 or 7 nights.
Well, and that's another thing that I find just fascinating, right? Is that people will buy tickets for every night of the show.
Absolutely.
And they are there and they are ready every night. Like, I see a guy once or twice in a row and I'm like, okay, that was cool. Right. But they're coming 6, 7 nights.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think that is about? Like, what is bringing them back?
I have no idea. but I'm glad that they do. And what I've noticed is that a lot of people be like, on one night I'm in front of Brian and I'm on this side on the floor, and the next night I have seats back here, and then one night we got seats in the balcony. So they're like kind of seeing it from all around the building. And there's a different show when you're got your chest on the barricade, and when you're sitting in a seat, and when you're standing at the bar. Like, it's all, the perspective of it changes, and so I get that part of it.
I would say, okay, I can follow along with that from any show, but for your guys' show, more than anything, probably seeing from those different angles, you're probably seeing different aspects of this part of the show, right? than you would be from like, if I'm up close to the barricades, I'm watching you. Right? And if I'm way in the back, I'm seeing everything that's happening.
Yeah, and a lot of people, they give us feedback too on going from night 1 to night 7 is fun, because night 1 is kind of our first real official run through of everything at the same time, in costume and full on, and you know, so you see some of the mistakes and some of those things, and then when you get to night 7, it's polished, but everybody is starting to really have fun and cut loose.
And then it's over.
And then it's over. Well, what is it like preparing? I'm going to guess you guys prepare all year, but do you not? Because you've been doing it so long?
No. We have a good 3 weeks leading up to and we get together a whole bunch. And now that we do the show twice a year, it's a little easier. It used to be more difficult when it would be like 10 months in between playing the songs. And I'm like, oh, how does that, you know? But now we're kind of, it's like every 4 or 5 months we're getting together, and I think that's what we've done with this. It's so amazing, is it's not really a band. We are a band.
I was going to say, you are a band,
right? We are a band when we play, and I think that's what we do really well is put that across, that it is a band. But like, after December 25th, we won't get together until June, when we get together for the summer show. So it's not like we're constantly rehearsing this stuff.
You're not just hanging out with these guys, jamming.
Right.
Because you all have other things you do.
Exactly.
Well, let's talk about that. Jimmy, what do you do when the band is not banding?
Well, the next thing I have coming up, I do a thing called The Hard Promises, which is a Tom Petty. Yes.
I can see the Tom Petty vibe happening
there
here.
You go.
Yeah, bigger collar though for that.
Right. That's at the Pageant on November 29th. And everybody plays, John plays in the John Hughes Explosion with these guys, and Kevin's in bands, and Mark does his thing, and everybody.
So everybody in the band is in other bands for the most part.
Yeah. John and Bill are in the Urge, and Jake plays with Mike from my band and a Beatles thing, called All Together now. So it's everybody kind of intermingles and.
Well, I think that's probably is kind of fun for everybody. So leave each other
because you don't get sick of anything. It's not a grind. We're having fun when we're doing this. And then we get sick of each other and it's over.
Right, like by that day, the day that you're sick of everybody, it's like, okay, I won't see you for 6 more months.
Exactly.
Jeff, what do you do when you're not setting all this up?
So I also have played in a band. I have John Hughes Experience. It's all 80s new wave, and so that's myself and John Pizzoni.
So you play in this band?
No, I don't play in Monstero. But I play drums in my band.
That's what I'm saying. You play in that band?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
And John, the drummer in El Monstero, is actually the guitar player in my project. So it's music in St. Louis is a very incestuous kind of.
It's like, okay, because usually when I talk to somebody who plays an instrument, that's the instrument they play in every band, but that's not necessarily the case.
Like
yeah, he's a freak.
Yeah.
He's a freak. And so you are also musically inclined, even though you're wrangling all of this for the El Monstero show, you know how all of it works because you actually play in a band.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, okay, this is fantastic. When are these shows happening? That we're talking about now?
December. Start on the 17th.
I'm going to put up a graphic here. How about this? How about I put up a graphic right here?
18. Starts on the 18th.
December 18, 19, 20th, 22nd, 23, 26, and I will be there on the show on the 27th, so do extra good that day.
I will.
Absolutely.
I was going to half-ass it for the rest of them, but.
Oh, okay, but not for that one. For the one I'm at.
There you go.
You guys can make sure you get those tickets, and you got to get them fast. You guys sell out so quick year after year.
Yeah, there's 3 of them right now. I think both the Saturdays and one of the Fridays are sold out. So yeah, get them while you can.
This is why I had made sure I had you guys on earlier this year, because in the past I've had you on closer to the show, and I'm like, you can't go to the show. I just told you all about because there are no tickets available. But this way you get a chance to go. Is there anything you want to leave it? We'll start with you, Jeff. What would you leave people with who maybe aren't into Pink Floyd? They don't know anything about Pink Floyd music. Why should they come?
Sure. I think it's just the production and the spectacle of what it is. There's so many things that you're going to see from, the Cirque du Soleil aerial. There's fire. There's lasers. There's video. Even if you don't know the catalog of music, just to come and see the production that we put on, there's nobody else that's doing anything this size in town.
Sure.
And it's really just a spectacle. It's
Yeah.
Like he says, it's like going to see a monster truck rally,
Yeah. Well, just that also the bang for the buck, and yeah, it's a whole bunch of show. It's really great music, and you'll have fun. I can tell you that.
You always have a great time.
Yeah,
and for those people who love Pink Floyd, you guys are playing pretty much on the nose, right? They're not a lot of liberties.
Right. Yeah, there's a few things we stretch just for fun's sake. But it's if you like Pink Floyd, you're not going to go, those guys didn't sound anything like Pink Floyd. So,
right.
Yeah.
This is the way to go back in time and check out Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Thank you both so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us, yeah.
Thank you to the dancer who didn't show up, for Meg, I believe her name is, for letting me borrow all her things. If these are missing, Meg, I don't have them. Don't come find me. Definitely check out El Monstero. Get those tickets, and now that information is up there on your screen. And don't forget to connect with us on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Instagram. Let us know what you think. We want to hear from you. Who should I have on the show next time? And don't forget to download the STL TV Now app and stream us at home or on the go. That's going to do it for the Daily Mix. But keep it right here on STL TV and Experience St. Louis. I'll see you next time.